This is News 3 Now at 10.
And thanks for joining us. Charlotte is off tonight. UW-Madison researchers are testing volunteers for COVID-19 with a new saliva test, hoping to increase the frequency of testing and the speed of results in our community. Madeline O'Neill tells us how the more simple test could help bring people back to work and school safely. Maddie?
Well, teams are testing volunteers at 3 sites on campus, along with staff at a local elementary school, as well as hoping to expand that testing to children and players and coaches at UW athletic facilities. Now, this test is non-diagnostic, meaning if you test positive, it's a good indicator that you have COVID-19, but you'll still want to get that confirmed. Still, researchers hope that this can help screen people who may not know they're sick.
If you had told me a year ago that we would be testing for a novel, potentially fatal coronavirus behind a bike shed in 2020, I would have thought that that would be absolutely bonkers.
But that's where husband and wife Dave and Shelby O'Connor find themselves as part of UW-Madison's pathology and lab medicine department, now at mobile sites, taking saliva samples from volunteers.
We're spitting into little, we call pointy straws, which are pipette tips.
It's called an RT lamp test. Basically, instead of using specialized instrumentation like those done at hospitals and the Alliant Energy Center, it's a simpler process with results showing as a color change in a test tube a couple hours later.
It is a little bit more of a simple type of test that we can train non-scientists to do, and that would be the point. And if you can do this on site in a workplace, you would also be able to get those test results back quickly to individuals.
Senior scientist Dawn Dudley helped adapt the test to use saliva, easier on patients than the swab test.
For frequent testing, the saliva is really the way to go.
Researchers say more frequent testing like this, perhaps twice a week, would mean a better chance of detecting the virus, especially among the most contagious.
Testing like this will hopefully be able to identify them more quickly because you can test more people, you can do it more quickly, and you can find the people who are at greatest risk.
While this testing is still in the research phase, scientists say it has the potential to help bring people back to work and school safely, as long as more work is done first.
We can't get to that point until the community cases have been driven down.
While this type of testing isn't as accurate as the diagnostic testing, researchers tell me it will detect the virus in the most contagious of patients who can be connected with the most community spread. And a Madison-based company is working to make this type of testing more accurate.
Madeline O'Neill reporting tonight. Maddie, thank you. The UW system says it's prepared to test up to 350,000 students this fall semester, part of a plan to safely reopen. Now, UW-Madison is actually the only school in the system not included in this plan today. It has $8 million of its own funding, but for the other 12 schools today marked a major step forward in bringing students back. The funding itself is significant, $32 million coming from Governor Evers, allocated as part of the Federal CARES Act. State and county health officials confirm more than 800 new cases today, bringing the total number in the state to more than 58,000. 10 more deaths also reported. And when it comes to positive cases, the positive percentage of new cases today dropped below 5%, a slight decrease from yesterday. New tonight, the Democratic National Convention Committee says 3 people working with the convention tested positive this week. That news comes shortly after Joe Biden decided not to make the trip to Milwaukee to accept the nomination. The event is being held almost entirely online. The Packers announced today the team will not host any fans at Lambeau Field for the first 2 home games of the upcoming season. After that, the team will reevaluate to determine if fans will be allowed back. They say it depends on the status of the virus and recommendations from health officials. After more than 4 months, the U.S. State Department today lifted its advisory warning of U.S. citizens against traveling abroad. The department issued the advisory way back on March 19th. Now it says with health and safety conditions improving in some countries and potentially deteriorating in others, the department is returning to its previous system of country-specific levels of travel advice, which is on a 1 through 4 scale, depending on specific conditions. New York has now officially set up checkpoints to enforce the mayor's quarantine orders. Travelers from 34 states, including Wisconsin, must quarantine for 14 days after arrival. Police are stationed along popular bridges, roads, and train stations to help enforce the orders. President Trump traveled to Ohio Ohio today. Before his arrival, the state's Republican governor, Mike DeWine, tested positive for coronavirus, so he was not allowed to greet the president. But tonight, we're learning he actually tested negative later in the day. While in Ohio, President Trump toured a Whirlpool facility, signed an executive order directing some federal agencies to only purchase certain drugs and medical materials when they're made in the U.S. President Trump also announced he'll reimpose a 10% tariff on Canadian aluminum imports. And tonight he issued another executive order, one that would ban the popular social media apps TikTok and WeChat from operating in the U.S. in 45 days if they are not sold by their Chinese-owned parent companies. Microsoft said this weekend it's pushing forward with talks to acquire the app TikTok. President Trump says they currently pose national security concerns. The U.S. is offering a reward of up to $10 million to prevent the presidential election from being hacked this year. The State Department is putting up the reward as part of its Rewards for Justice program. It'll give the money to people who disclose information on foreign hackers interfering with the upcoming election. On Capitol Hill, a 3-hour meeting this evening between senior administration officials and Democratic leaders yielded little progress as the stalemate over a new stimulus deal continues. Both sides emerged from the meeting trading blame, and the administration officials warned that President Trump would take executive action if no deal is reached by tomorrow.
His willingness to take action through his executive powers should be applauded, because he's coming to the realization that perhaps some of our Democrats, both in the House and the Senate, are not serious about compromise.
That what they were offering us was Sophie's choice. Not enough money for food, nothing for housing in terms of rentals. A moratorium, that's nice, but it's not money for rent. It isn't not enough money for money in the pockets of the American people who really need.
Now, the differences remain as they have been. Democrats want to do, quote, something big, in the words of Pelosi, and the Trump administration wants a, quote, skinny bill. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now. He has our first warn forecast. Gary.
Pretty quiet night tonight, Eric. Skies have cleared out after seeing some clouds this afternoon. You can see that on the time lapse from the Wisc-Tv Skycam. Bright sunshine this morning. The clouds popped up this afternoon, and then as we headed towards sunset, they just kind of faded away. As we check out Doppler track, no precipitation across Wisconsin. There were a couple of thunderstorms in Iowa. Those have since fizzled out, and right now things are pretty dry across the upper Midwest. High temperature in Madison topped out at 80. Most areas were within a couple of degrees of 80 one way or another, and right now temperatures have dropped into the upper 50s to lower 60s with dew-point temperatures in the upper 50s. Temperatures will probably only fall a few more degrees here in Madison, so it won't be as cool as last night. Look for an overnight low temperature of about 58 degrees. Tomorrow will be partly sunny and warm with a high of 82. Humidity will also increase this weekend along with the temperatures, and that could lead to some thunderstorm chances. More details in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. New tonight, police have now cleared the scene of a crash this evening. It's at the intersection of East Washington Avenue and Oak Street. Officers on scene say 4 people were taken to the hospital with moderate injuries. The crash reported just after 7 tonight. Westbound lanes were closed for a little over an hour while investigators were on scene. The Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission voted tonight to demote the city's police chief to the rank of captain. The commission announcing during its meeting that it was demoting Chief Alfonso Morales, citing several reasons. He has come under fire most recently for his handling of the Black Lives Matter protest in the city and using tear gas on demonstrators. Fontana's Sports Specialties in downtown Madison officially reopened today for the first time since closing in early June. The company was broken into 3 nights in a row. The owners estimated $30,000 worth of inventory was stolen as well. The storefront reopened this morning at 10 a.m. to in-store shopping. Curbside pickup and online ordering remain available. Several murals painted on storefronts downtown were once again defaced. A handful of murals near the bottom of State Street had Black Lives Matter crossed out, replaced with ALM for All Lives Matter. It's unclear when those changes were made. And on the Capitol Square, graffiti on the Wisconsin Veterans Museum is in the process of being removed now. The building was spray painted during the protest downtown. Removal work started yesterday. The NRA is now facing a lawsuit that could shut it down. Following an 18-month investigation, New York State is accusing the organization's leaders of using donations as their personal piggy bank. In a lawsuit filed today, New York State alleges 4 NRA leaders, including Executive Vice President Wayne LaPierre, failed to manage NRA funds and failed to follow state and federal laws.
They use millions upon millions of dollars from the NRA for personal use, including for lavish trips for themselves and their families. In addition to grossly misusing these funds for personal use, Mr. LaPierre created an illegal pass-through arrangement to conceal the very nature of these expenditures.
NRA is firing back, saying the allegations are politically motivated. In a statement, President Carolyn Meadows says, quote, "This was a baseless, premeditated attack on our organization and the Second Amendment freedoms it fights to defend." The NRA says it will countersue, which could set the stage for a legal battle that lasts for years. Still to come tonight, your updated forecast, including the latest on those rain chances for the weekend. But first, celebrating 105 years with the oldest living U.S. Marine. It's just ahead. Stay with us.
For 45 years, Affordable Dentures and Implants has created affordable access to dental care.
And we're proud to have helped millions of people improve their smiles.
Our number one priority is always being the health and the well-being of our patients and staff.
So, we're taking extra precautions to welcome you to a safe and clean environment.
Because we want you to go ahead and smile.
Affordable Dentures and Implants. We can't wait to see you.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Dreaming of custom furniture, but you think high prices, sales pressure, and waiting for months and months? Come to Slumberland and design your way. Quick and easy, with no extra cost. First, pick your piece. Lots of styles, clearly marked. Next, pick your fabric. There's no extra charge here. Then, get it quick. Our orders are made fast. Plus, all custom furniture is on sale. Design your way, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Today, you can turn your home into a university, and you can turn a lasting career into reality. With Herzing University, you can earn a degree in today's hottest fields, anytime, online. Herzing is recognized, accredited, experienced, and transfer-friendly, with more than 90% student satisfaction. For a limited time, we'll waive your enrollment fee. See what your career can turn into with Herzing University. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
It could be a bit of a stormy weekend ahead. We'll tell you what you need to know before you make those plans in our first warn forecast. And people are planning to protest at the Capitol again this weekend over the statewide mask order. We'll see you Friday starting at 4:30.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Mortgage rates have dropped again, hitting another all-time low. Freddie Mac says the average interest rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage fell to 2.88% this past week, lowest level in nearly 50 years. The 15-year dropped to 2.44%. Freddie Mac says the low rates should strengthen the real estate market. Urban League of Greater Madison trying to increase the number of black homeowners in our area today, announcing the launch of a $5 million initiative to make it happen, buying about 17 homes to renovate and resell to low-income families who want to become first-time homeowners. Right now in Madison, there's only about a 10% black home ownership rate. The first homes they've been working on will be up for sale in a couple months. Anyone interested in applying for those homes should reach out to the Urban League. A petition to close Arboretum Drive to traffic once again has more than 1,000 signatures. UW-Madison closed the popular road to vehicles in mid-May in an effort to increase safety for bicyclists and runners who are using the Arboretum more often during the pandemic. But the road was reopened to vehicles this past Friday, and now community members are asking the university to reconsider. If you're interested in that petition, you can go to change.org and search Keep Arboretum Drive Safe. E! News has become one of the latest casualties of COVID-19. The entertainment news show launched in 1991 has been canceled. The show's demise is part of a long list of changes being implemented at E! News' parent company, NBC Universal. Earlier this week, the company announced that it's planning on cutting its staff in response to the economic hardship brought on by the pandemic. pandemic. General Charles Brown Jr. becomes the new Air Force Chief of Staff, making history as the first African American to lead one of the military services. Brown succeeded General David Goldfein as the Air Force's 22nd Chief of Staff. This was at a ceremony at Joint Base Andrews. An experienced pilot and senior commander, Brown was most recently in charge of all air forces in the Pacific, previously directed the air war against the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. The country's oldest living Marine is celebrating a big birthday, and just like war, the coronavirus is not stopping him from moving forward with enthusiasm. Not even a pandemic could squash his drive-by birthday salute to centenarian Major Bill White. At 105, he is the oldest living Marine. Major Bill's positive spirit, just one of many reasons there's so much love and fanfare outside his Stockton, California assisted living facility. So how's he feel about it?
Feels just as good as it was 104.
In Shanghai before World War II and the Japanese invasion and all that, just Iwo Jima got blown up with a grenade, recovered from that, spent 30 years total in the Marine Corps. Just an amazing guy.
Still looks sharp in that uniform. We first met Major Bill back in February when he stole hearts, asking for a few Valentine's Day greetings in what eventually became known as Operation Valentine's Day. He brought in more than 500,000 cards and gifts from around the world, including a special note from NASA and President Trump. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now. Gary, we can maybe use a little rain. Things are getting a little dry out there, maybe in time for the weekend.
Your lawn too, huh? Yeah, it's looking kind of brown out there, but you know, we actually had above normal precipitation through June and July. Both months we had over 6 inches of rain in Madison. Areas out to the west had less in rain, and the last week and a half generally has been pretty dry, but things have been pretty quiet, not much going on radar. Now, tomorrow, the severe weather outlook calls for a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms into far northwestern Wisconsin with a slight risk back into North Dakota. On Saturday, that severe weather threat drops southward a little bit. But Sunday, the Storm Prediction Center in its Day 4 severe weather outlook actually has a risk area, including much of the state of Wisconsin. What may happen is we could see thunderstorms develop in northern Minnesota, and then they would sweep southeastward, probably reaching us Sunday night with the possibility for some strong winds and perhaps some locally heavy rainfall, but it'll be spotty as well. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for warmer weather as we head into the weekend. Today we were around 80. Tomorrow will be in the low 80s, be in the mid 80s on Saturday and upper 80s on Sunday. And it'll also become increasingly humid. Dew point temperatures are in the 50s today. By the weekend, they'll be in the lower 70s. So we'll certainly notice the moisture, and that will lead to some thunderstorm chances this weekend, although much of the time we will be rain-free. High temperatures today, very comfortable here. Upper 70s to lower 80s through much of the state of Wisconsin. Notice the growing area of upper 80s and 90s out to the west of us. We'll at least get a taste of that as we head into the latter part of the weekend. The jet stream pushing northward a little bit. That's allowing the heat to start building out to the west. But you can see the jet stream kind of dips a little bit behind it. So we're not going to see a prolonged period of hot weather. But temperatures will probably still average a little bit above normal through most of next week. The northwesterly wind flow right now not bringing in a lot of moisture. Notice more thunderstorm activity here as the upper level winds become more southwesterly, and eventually that will start tapping into moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and bring better rain chances. There's also a warm front that's just moving into central Iowa right now. On the other side of that, temperatures are generally in the upper 80s today. On our side of the front, they were in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Right now, temperatures are in the 60s to lower 70s, but notice you get just on the other side of that front, and mainly 70s there, and the dew point temperatures, which are in the 50s and low 60s here, get into the 70s again on the other side of that front over parts of western Iowa back into Nebraska. So with time, we will notice the increase in humidity. Now, the question is whether or not that will lead to more widespread thunderstorm activity. We should be quiet for tonight and tomorrow. Now, tomorrow night, this one computer model shows a line of thunderstorms moving on through and reaching us early Saturday morning. It's the only computer model that really indicates that. The other models indicate just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. So we're going just a slight chance for a thunderstorm tomorrow night into Saturday. Sunday, we'll see the better chances as that cold front starts to move in from the north and west. And that line of storms in Minnesota will probably reach us late Sunday night. So for tomorrow, look for a partly sunny day. It'll be warm with a high temperature of 82, still not too humid. Rainfall amounts through the weekend and into Monday when thunderstorm chances will eventually end. Again, maybe a quarter to a half inch. Some spots picking up nothing, but a few spots may pick up over an inch of rain and heavier thunderstorms. Notice the temperature staying in the upper 80s for Sunday, mid 80s on Monday. Then the humidity levels drop a little bit. We'll see some slight chances for thunderstorms next week. Well, it's possible all 4 of those days could stay dry. Just a slight chance. At this point, we could use the rain, but I don't see anything widespread general rain that we could use here.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. And just head sports. Christian Yelich back in the batter's box tonight. How the former MVP boosted his batting average a bit. Zach's in next with sports.
In the air. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You ever seen damage just disappear? Well, you're in luck. Act now. Mako is offering their best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Hey, you guys gonna get started?
We're just waiting for the activation fee.
But I already paid for the day.
Yeah, and then it's $100 to activate us.
Activate you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you, a cyborg?
It's crazy to charge people for things they already bought.
I'm gonna get my wallet.
That's why at US Cellular, we speak fair and never charge activation fees. Switch to US Cellular and get $700 off the latest smartphones with no activation fee. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine, and using Power Swabs, it's made a difference. People ask me, what do you do to whiten your teeth? And I'm really proud to tell them that I use Power Swabs.
The secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Try it now and get up to 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen.
At Pick and Save, we give you more ways to save on the fresh you love, like the Pick and Save app. It combines personalized coupons, fuel points, and weekly sales for the best deals. From meat to fruits and veggies to milk to whatever is in that. We've always given you more ways to save, and now those savings are even better than ever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You ever seen damage just disappear? Well, you're in luck. Act now. Mako is offering their best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
The Brewers snapped their 2-game losing streak without Christian Yelich in the lineup. Tonight, the MVP was back, and let's just say so was his bat. Well, sort of. You'll understand in a second. Crew down 2-1 in the 5th. Yelich up, and he drops one just inside the left field line. And I'll take a look at the outfielder. He's in the seats, and Yelich is on his horse for the inside of the park home run. He was 1 for 1 with that home run and drew 4 walks. Brewers would score 4 in the 5th and 3 in the 8th. They're up 8-2 in the 9th. Time in the bubble hasn't been the best for the Bucks. They're 1-2 since the restart, but it's not time to push that panic button just yet. Coach Bud is playing the long game. Right now, it's about keeping his guys healthy for a deep run to the finals. First half, not the best for the Bucks, but they opened up the second half on a 20-5 run. Wesley Matthews dials one up from deep, and the Heat lead is down to 2. Then in the 4th, Giannis spinning and winning. He scored 33, so did Chris Middleton, and the Bucks clinched the top seed in the East.
Pretty unique and rare times to win a game
And more importantly, to have the best record in the Eastern Conference, is a tribute to our players and what they've done every night and how they've brought it. And I'm very proud of them. And we have a lot more work to do.
Growing up playing high school football in Wisconsin, you have two dreams: play for the Badgers and then get drafted by the Packers. For West Dallas native Rick Wagner, those dreams have become a reality. Now, the former Badger didn't get drafted by Green Bay, but after 8 years in the league, he did sign a 2-year deal this offseason with the franchise he used to go watch at training camp while trying to get the autographs from the Packers.
I was just trying to get anybody. I remember getting a couple O-linemen. I don't know. Nobody too big, I don't think, no Brett Favre's or anything. So just a couple linemen like me. Just growing up in the state, I know that this is a special place. I grew up a Packer fan and continue to follow them over the last 8 years. So it was a pretty easy decision.
The preseason college football coaches poll is out, and the Badgers sit 12th in the first edition of the top 25. They're the highest-ranked member of the Big Ten West. The Gophers come in at 18, while the Hawkeyes enter the year at 23. Clemson, Ohio State, Bama, and Georgia are your top 4. Wisconsin begins fall camp on Monday. Tiger Woods changed up his putter for the first round of the PGA Championship, and I'd say it was working for him. His short game was on par today. Tiger shot a 2-under 68. He's 3 shots off Jason Day's lead. Edgerton native Steve Stricker is 2 over after 18 holes. We're back after this.
Is that a cheer I hear?
With the Volkswagen community-driven promise, you can enjoy exciting offers. And at participating dealers, you can shop at our place or yours.
Click, call, or come by your Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing for 72 months on select 2019 and 2020 models.
Shop Steinhoffel's largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses under one roof. Right now, save 35% or more on our best-selling brands. Get your choice king recliner or Gifford sofa from Lane, now $5.99. Or this solid wood dining table, now $7.99. Save big on American-made solid wood bedroom sets from Daniels Amish and Whitmer. And get great deals on all of our top mattress brands. Shop Steinhoffel's and get the best deals on the best brands in-store and online at steinhoffels.com.
Hercules. I have been expecting you.
Aha! And I brought you a gift so you can fight properly. Red Bull.
Oh! How nice. Of you. But also... rather... stupid. Mine. Mine! No, mine! No, mine! Mine!
Mine! Red Bull gives you wings.
If someone came to you and asked, what are you invested in? Would your answer be about mutual funds and money markets? Or would it be mutual relationships and farmers markets? Maybe both. At Thrivent, we believe money is a tool, not a goal. And with the right guidance, it can afford you a life rich in meaning and gratitude. By gaining financial clarity today, you can thrive with purpose tomorrow. To learn more, text THRIVE to 484848 or visit Thrivent.com.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can detect suspicious activity on your account from here. And you can pay your friends back from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. So visit chase.com/mobile.
This is our moment to build a new American economy for our families and for our communities. When we spend taxpayers' money, we should use it to buy American products and support American jobs. It's time to help small businesses. We'll purchase clean energy technologies to fight climate change and enhance national security. We have to invest in what the jobs and industries of tomorrow are going to be. We have a great opportunity to build back and build back better. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Buy a select 2020 Volkswagen today. And for the next 6 years, you won't pay a single cent in interest. 6 years of interest-free payments. Click, call, or come by today.
Traffic delays? Be the first to know with First Warn Weather and Traffic. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, Coca-Cola mixing it up, planning to debut Coke with coffee next year. It'll combine regular Coke with Brazilian coffee, and it'll come in 3 flavors: dark blend, vanilla, and caramel. This actually isn't the first time the company launched a coffee product. They first did it 14 years ago with Coca-Cola Black, but it was discontinued just 2 years later. Gary, I know you like a good Coca-Cola. You don't drink coffee, though, like me,
I don't
right?
drink coffee.
I don't either, but you Coca-Cola.
Nah, I've tried to give it up.
We have both tried to. We both tried
but still, yeah, I wouldn't mix Coca-Cola with coffee. That's just me.
See if it works.
Well, I don't think it'd work for me. I know that. Tonight, things very quiet across southern Wisconsin. Air is still dry, so we're not seeing any precipitation. Temperatures right now, upper 50s, lower 60s, but with dew-point temperatures in the upper 50s, we'll probably only fall a few more degrees to low temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm thinking about 58 here in Madison. Look for partly sunny skies tomorrow, high temperature 82. Just a couple degrees warmer than today. Humidity still not too bad, but that will creep up with time. That could lead to thunderstorm chances late tomorrow night, off and on Saturday, slight chance Sunday, better chance Sunday night, and a chance of thunderstorms on Monday, then just slight chances for next week as the humidity levels come back down.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. We hope you have a great Thursday night. Take care.
Now, a Wisc-Tv editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Normally this weekend would be the annual back-to-school celebration hosted by 100 Black Men of Madison. For 26 years, 100 Black Men have been providing children with backpacks filled with school supplies and a party to kick off the start of the school year. It's one of our community's best back-to-school traditions. Of course, it's not normal, and that includes returning to school. At the same time, the needs of our kids are even greater. But 100 Black Men is there again. The esteemed organization is changing the back-to-school celebration from an event to a process. Project 3000 will be a year-long effort to help more than 3,000 families adapt to distance learning and get access to technology tools and services to make the most of virtual learning. We are impressed with 100 Black Men of Madison's ability to pivot so quickly and smartly. This is critically important for our kids. Your support is welcome.